chapter, that is combustion in flame. Okay. Earlier, like the chapter was finished, we had to have revised the chapter also, and we did some answer writing practice also from this given chapter. Okay. So today our target would be to do some questions from the chapter. One second. Okay. Yeah, Priyanka, tell me, you have raised your hand.
So the question is, um, leaving the field uncultivated is called as.
That is called as fallow land. Okay, now if you leave the field uncultivated
So
for some fallow land, Fallow,
okay,
fallow
so
land. Okay,
that was
so
half mark, and the
uh,
other half mark is what are the harmful effects of using fertilizer?
so we have learned about various harmful effects of using fertilizer. So
Um,
did you wrote the answer for it completely, or like did you lost marks in it?
I lost half mark in it. It was 2 mark. I got one and a half.
Okay, what did the teacher told you? Like, what did you lost your marks for?
No,
No.
I think she meant like it is not like good sentence. Like
Okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
told you, like as we were doing the answer writing practice, so I had told you like we had to follow a proper pattern. Right now, the sentence should be constructed properly. Okay. So many of times I have noticed in the papers that the this lack in the structure in the answer. The concept, either the concept has not been explained properly, or the construction of the answer is not proper. Okay. So there are various harmful effects of using fertilizer. It leads to soil pollution, it leads to water pollution, air pollution, health problems. Right? It leads to imbalance of nutrients in the soil also. Excessive use will deplete the it will make the soil infertile. It will make the soil less productive. Okay. Okay, and
So that's all.
that's all. Okay. Hey everyone, hey Mustafa, how are you? All of you, turn your cameras on.
Right, sir.
Oh, good. I need updates from everyone. Tell me how many of you have given science exam so far?
Sir,
Is
I gave
this
it.
okay? Yours exam is over. Okay, gosh. And anyone else whose science exam is over? Abubakar, I think yours is already over, no? It was over
Yes.
already a long time ago. One second, someone's on door. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. So, Abubakar, your exam is over. Mustafa, your exam is also over. Okay. Priyanka, when is your science exam? I still haven't got your slip date sheet. I still haven't got the date sheet of your
Sir,
science exam.
get it.
Yeah,
I still didn't get it.
you still haven't got it. Okay. Yeah, Aman Mustafa, you tell me. Your exam is over. You haven't connected your audio. Connect it quickly. Okay. See. So if that is the case, so today I'm thinking to start a new chapter. Then what do you guys say? Yeah.
Sir, why don't we so like so like you give the test, right? And then sir, why don't we discuss the answers we have done? Sir, because I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed like sir, like the last time you did,
Mm-hmm.
somehow I improved more in it. Like
You
I think
improve
it is
more.
more efficient.
Yeah, it is efficient. Actually, the problem is because of my busy schedule, I haven't been able to check it actually. Okay, na. So in the next class, for sure, we'll be discussing it. Or because if you were to do it, if you were to discuss it right now, if I were to check it live right now, so that's going to consume the whole class, and I would be able to discuss only one or two paper. All right, no.
Yes, sir.
So that I'll be keeping for the next class. Today I'm saying that how about we start a new lesson? Priyanka, you're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, na, you will stay
Sir,
regular, na? Like, if,
sir, the age of adolescence, right?
yeah, that one as we were discussing in the last moment in the last class. Yeah, Mustafa, you tell me. Aman Mustafa, Mustafa Gauss.
Yes, sir. What?
I was saying that I'm thinking to start the new lesson. That's going to be age of adolescence.
Sir, we
Yeah,
did
tell
this
me.
right.
No, we had only like one class, I guess. Okay, na? We had only
So I
one
think we
class.
completed this.
This chapter, age of adolescence.
I think so.
No. That was reproduction in animals. We had completed reproduction in animals. Getting it?
Okay.
Huh. Aman Mustafa, you're supposed to join the audio also, no? Okay, 1 second. Let me just clean something. Then we are going to continue. Like we had discussed only a little bit about it. Like for a few minutes only, we had a discussion. Okay.
So can we start electric effects of current? I mean, chemical
Chemical
effects of current. Yeah.
effects. Chemical effects of electric current. Oh, we can start that. But the reason why I'm not picking that chapter, no, because if you were to follow the sequence like crop production management, microorganisms, coal and petroleum, combustion and flame, conservation of plants and animals, reproduction in animals is the I think it's the sixth chapter, and after that, I'm thinking to do the seventh chapter, that is reaching the age of adolescence. Okay,
Okay.
so it's a chapter like many of the students may not have that chapter in the upcoming exam, or maybe it will be discussed later on in their school. So I'm thinking to go by the sequence. Okay. Although it is kind of hard to say whether the school follows a proper sequence or not.
So did we do the cell chapter?
No, actually, the cell chapter, we haven't done that. The reason being, it's not there in the new syllabus. Okay. I even told you about it. For this, some class will be scheduled for you. Okay, no? And there will be doing that. I think if I can recall correctly, I even told you like tell the console when you'll be available for it. Okay. Oh, let's start the chapter that is going to be age of adolescence. Okay. So it will be correct if I were to say that you all are adolescents. All of you are adolescent actually, or basically teenagers, right? I am supposing that all of you are above the age of 11 years, 11, 12 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so what we see that when a person, when a girl child or a boy child, when they reach a certain age in their life, like 12 years, 13 years, 14 years, like that, so they start to experience some changes in their body. Okay, na? They go through some physical changes while they go through some social and emotional changes also, psychological changes also happens right now. The way how you think, it changes right now. It changes. Your IQ also kind of improves. Okay. Further, there are some physical changes in the body, right? There's growth of muscles right now. There's growth of muscles. There's growth of facial hair, growth of hair under the armpit, growth of hair in the pubic region, right? In the pubic region also a hair grows. Further, your voice also changes. Right now, you might have felt this thing that in your class, or even you yourself might have felt this, that 2 3 years ago you used to sound different, and now you are sounding a bit different than before. And when you guys will be reaching the age of like 18, so by the age of 18, your sound will be a bit different than what it is right now. Getting it? So there are so many physical changes. So we'll be learning first about the physical changes. Okay. What is the reason behind these physical changes? What are the reason behind the emotional and mental changes also? Okay. Also, during this age of adolescence, the reproductive organs also matures. Matures means that they now start producing the reproductive sex cells. They start the production of the gametes. That is the, in the case of male child, the testis starts the secretion of
Hello.
sperm cells. Right now?
Hello.
Yeah. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, sorry, sir, it has been raining here since
Mhm.
4 or 5 hours, and sir, I have no network right now. I am using
Oh,
my mom's hotspot.
okay. Yesterday
It
also it
was
was
a
raining
bit
in
of,
Delhi.
yes, sir. And
Uh-huh.
sir, it rained so much,
It's raining heavily there.
and
Yeah.
sir, there is no network near.
Oh,
Sir, I
okay.
got my marks.
Okay. Okay. Type that in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, what are we doing?
Right now we have started a new chapter that is age of adolescence. Okay.
Okay. Sir, well, light is coming in my unit test too. That is for sure.
Okay, it will be there.
Yes,
Okay.
and one more chapter will be coming, but light for now is confirmed.
Light for now is confirmed. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. 1 second. Have you got the date also for the exam?
Sir, they will be between 24th November and 3rd December. They will be
24th
between
November
it.
to 3rd December. Okay. By now, supposedly, like we'll be able to do that by now. Okay, na? Because you see, right after reaching age of adolescence, uh, it's quite hard to say actually because it's the 13th chapter. Okay, we will see what we can do. Okay.
Sir, can I have an extra class tomorrow in the morning?
For that, no, you please consult the counselor. Regarding that, I really can't say. Okay,
So,
na?
like, are you free? Then,
I
and then
I will
only I can
be
ask.
I will be available. Okay, but you will have to talk to the counselor. Or
Okay,
like,
sir.
so what trying to say, guys, that this adolescence is the period of transition from childhood to adulthood. Right now, when you guys reach the age of 18, 19, 20, then you will no longer be a child. Right now, then you will be called an
Yes,
adult.
sir.
Actually, right now you are a child. Okay.
Hmm.
So during this period of transition where you are moving from childhood towards adulthood, your body is going through various biological
Sir,
as
our
well as 1 second. It's the changes are because of hormones. Okay. So during which what is happening, various biological and psychological changes are occurring in your body. Also during this period, maximum growth happens. It's the stage of rapid growth and development in your body, and it starts obviously by the age of like 10 to 11 and will last up to 18 or 19 years of age. Right now, so this period basically covers the teen, like 13 to 18. You see where this word teen comes from? 13 to 18. Getting it? Like from that this term comes. Getting it now? Okay. Also, Aman, when we will have like later on, I'll be discussing like where did you lost your marks in that test. Okay.
Sir, well, there was a test of 20 marks, sir. How much did I get?
Actually, you'll be updated. Okay, no? By tomorrow, you'll be updated on that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in the chapter, the major topics we're going to be learning about will be have a small introduction to adolescence. Then we'll be learning about the various physical changes that takes place in the body. Okay, where there is growth spurt, like suddenly the height increases, not suddenly, like it's not overnight phenomenon. Okay, but during a period of few months, there's a extra growth in the height in the muscles. Then we'll be learning about like what are the secondary sexual characteristics.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, does this growth spurt happens only once?
Like growth is, spur- is growth spurt, the term basically means that there's sudden growth in the body. So it basically is I'm trying to explain it in the context of age of adolescence, that like the word sport here. Now let me clarify this one. The word sport means kind of boosted. What does it mean? Like boosted up or speeded up. So the growth spurt basically means that growth is happening at a faster speed. Okay, it's kind of boosted. Just like the growth of plant is spurred by the fertilizers, for example. Like in sentence, we can say the growth of plant is spurred by fertilizers. Okay, so during the age of adolescence, there's a growth spurt. And to answer your question, yeah, it happens only once. After the age of 18 years of after the age of 18, the height won't grow any further, but you can increase your muscle mass right now with exercise, with proper diet. You can increase your
Sir,
muscles.
it's not always true. Sir, there are exceptions for height increasing after 18.
They are very rare exceptions. Okay, now.
Sir, one of my friend's big brother, sir, he is right now 24, 25. Sir, his
Mm-hmm.
height is not that much, but sir, it's increasing year by year.
They are rare cases where even after the age of 18 years or 19 years of age, height increases. In some people, height increases up to the age of
But
20,
sir,
and
he
beyond
can't
that, it does
just
not
grow muscle.
increases. That has got to do with various factors. It has got to do with the his eating habit, his genetic factors are also there. Okay, na? So there are rare cases where even after the age of 18 or 19 years, a person's height continues to increase. In some individuals, it may increase up to the age of 20 and beyond that also, but it does not increases any further than that. Okay. Also, you know that the growth of height is mainly later on we'll be learning it's because of secretion of growth hormone by the pituitary gland. Okay, no. So if there's excessive secretion of the growth hormone,
Sir,
so you will see
hormones
some people
really
will be,
important.
obviously they are important. They are kind of,
Sir, what if our hormones don't grow? Only our
hormones
body
don't
does.
grow. Hormones are the chemical substances that are released. They don't grow, but they are secreted actually. Okay. So in a proper sequence, we'll be covering everything. Okay. So we'll be learning about growth spurt, secondary sexual characteristics, what are the role of hormones. Further, we will learn about the emotional and mental changes that takes place in adolescence. Then we will learn about reproductive health and hygiene. Okay, how to take care of reproductive health and how to maintain hygiene. What are the nutritional requirement of adolescence? Okay. Then we'll be learning about social and peer influence. About this fact also we'll learn importance of education related to reproductive health and hygiene and related to social and peer influence. Okay, now many times suppose if you guys suppose in this period of time, if someone is not keeping up with the pace, like if they are not performing better in something, okay, now so they kind of they kind of feel like missing out with other students. Getting it? They kind of have this FOMO, fear of missing out. Getting it? So we'll be discussing about these factors also. Okay. Then at the end, we'll be learning about important takeaways from the discussion we'll be having and the healthy choices that one should make. Okay. So this image basically sums up what the life cycle of a human, right now, right from a newborn baby to old and to the deathbed, right now. So this period that we are seeing here between childhood to adulthood, that is called as adolescence. That is called as adolescence. Okay. So it is obvious that animals as well as human beings, they can reproduce only after a certain age or time period in their life have passed, right now once they have grown up into adult. Why is it that? Because in a child, the necessary hormones are not produced, right now. Necessary hormones in the body of a child is not produced. It is only once they have reached the age of adolescence, like once they have reached a certain age in their life, the secretion of hormones takes place in their body that makes them capable of reproduction. So we are seeing that hormones are going to play a very important role actually here. Okay, that will make them capable of reproduction. Okay, but keep this in mind that hormones don't making an organism capable of reproduction is not the only function of hormones. Hormone does a ton of other functions also. Okay, further the question is like, what is adolescence? So it is a time period in life when the body leads to reproductive maturity and experience some changes. Okay, so in adolescence, what is happening? The body is going through some changes. What kind of changes are there? They are physical changes
Yes, sir. And so
as well
like
as they are
growth of hair,
Mhm. And then there is psychological
growth in
changes also.
muscles.
Yeah, in the physical changes we'll be learning about two important things in the upcoming like in the lesson we'll be learning about two important type of changes. One will be the reproductive changes.
And will
Okay,
be the like the strength and
another will be the
stamina.
development of secondary sexual characteristics. Okay, secondary sexual characteristics. So one, in the physical change, one will be the reproductive change. Okay, here by change I am trying to we mean the growth of male and female reproductive organs. Okay, while in secondary sexual characteristics we'll be learning about growth of hairs in the body, right? Growth of hairs in the body, growth of muscles, change in voice, increase in sweat. Okay, no, increase in secretion of oil glands. Huh? Then other than that we'll be learning like there'll be in hair and pubic hair in this one. Okay, other than that we will see like widening of hips in girls, etc. Okay, so mainly these three things we are going to be learning about: reproductive changes, secondary sexual characteristics, under which we'll be learning about these things, and then further we'll be learning about psychological changes. Okay, so first of all, let us get familiar with the term adolescence, like what exactly it means. Okay, so adolescence, it's a time period in life when the body is leading to reproductive maturity and experience some changes. Okay, so it talks about both reproductive changes as well as these secondary sexual characteristics. Okay, and the psychological changes also. Okay, now this time period may vary in different individuals. Someone may start experiencing these changes earlier, while someone may start experiencing this later on in their life. Getting it? You know, nowadays studies have shown that children have started to experience puberty earlier than expected. Getting what I'm trying to say? Hmm? Nowadays, like they have started to experience a bit early than expected. Okay, so what could be the reason behind this? Is it because of the eating habit? Is it because of the social changes in the society? Is it because of eating contaminated food items? Getting what I'm trying to explain? Abu Bakr, Priyanka, Mustafa, getting it?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? So nowadays we are seeing that there are many changes. Like there's increased consumption of processed and high fat food that can affect the hormone levels. Children are consuming contaminated food items that contains chemical residues, that contains some amount of pesticides, so they can disrupt the body's natural hormonal balance. Other than that, You look at today, you look at the social and lifestyle, social changes, and look at the lifestyle changes. Hmm? Do you guys agree to this fact that nowadays there's a reduced like the physical activity in the children have reduced.
Yes, sir.
They're exposed to stress. uh, they're exposed to digital media, right? It's quite surprising to see that even children's of age like 10, 12, 13, they have social media accounts. Should they be having social media accounts at this age?
No, sir.
Obviously they shouldn't be. Correct enough. So I'm trying to relate that how due to the change in the eating habits, due to how increased consumption of processed and high fat foods, all of this is actually affecting the hormone level. Consumption of contaminated food items that contains harmful chemicals that disturbs the body's natural hormonal balance. Then social and lifestyle changes, exposure to stress, digital media, etc. That has been uh, all of that has contributed to onset of early puberty in children. Okay, now early puberty in children. So keep in mind, I have used the word puberty, which we are going to discuss in a minute. Okay. Further, this adolescence period includes the teenage, and therefore adolescents are often called as teenagers. Okay, now please read this given paragraph. Priyanka, you read this. Okay, Priyanka, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, read this.
What is that? So what is that?
From here, you have to read adolescence. Adolescence is the period of life.
Okay. Adolescence is a period of life between childhood and adulthood when a person experiences physical, emotional, and social changes as they grow and develop. It typically occurs between the ages of 10 and 19 and includes puberty when the body matures and develops the ability to reproduce.
Okay. So, important takeaway from this paragraph is that it starts by the age of 10 to 11 years. It varies between girls and boys, actually. Okay. Girls experiences this earlier than boys. Okay, now. So, usually starts by the age of 10 to 11 years and it ends by the age of 18 to 19 years of age. Ends. So this period between 10 to 11 to 18 to 19, that is what we call as adolescence. Okay. Then during this adolescence, as we have been discussing it, basically the person experiences physical changes. Then person also experiences emotional and social changes. Together we can call it as psychological changes. And the third one, that is there is the we can say reproductive changes also, like that is already covered in the physical change, but I'm writing it separately here. Okay, now, but keep in mind that it's basically a physical change only. Okay, now, the maturation of the reproductive organ, that is also under physical change only. So they basically attain reproductive maturity. Okay, so the age when they attain reproductive maturity now, that is called as puberty. That is called as puberty, when they attain reproductive maturity. So basically, this adolescence, in this, there is physical change, psychological changes. Under the physical change, where the person will be experiencing reproductive maturity as well as there will be development of secondary sexual characteristics also in them. Okay. So the age when they attain reproductive maturity, that is called as puberty. Okay. So let us learn about that in detail. So as we know that an individual, like whether it be humans, whether it be any other animals, they can they become capable of reproduction once only when they have acquired a certain age in their life, right? Now, before that they are not capable of reproduction. So once they have reached a certain age in their life, what happens, their reproductive organs, respectively in the male, the testis starts the production of sperm cells. They start the production of mature sperm cells, while in the female, the ovary starts the production of mature ovum. Okay. So once their reproductive organs have started the secretion of these sex cells, and also we call them by another name, that is gametes. Hmm. So then they are said to have attained the age of puberty. Right now. So puberty is basically part of adolescence actually. Getting it? Adolescence is kind of a broader term. It's a broader concept under which the individual goes through puberty also. All right. Is that much clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now. So that is the thing. So basically, we can say that the age at which sex hor- the age at which particularly the gametes begins to be produced, okay, now, and the boy is biologically ready to become a father, and the girl is biologically ready to become a mother. That is called as puberty. So in this manner, we can also define puberty that the age, um, the age at which the gametes begin to be produced in the males and females, okay, in the males and the females, and the boy is biologically ready to become a father, and girl is ready to become a mother. Okay, no? So that is called as puberty, is called as puberty. Okay, so that is the thing. Now the question is that when does this puberty start now? What is the age of puberty in girls, in boys? Getting it, guys? So this puberty in girl and boys starts at different ages. Usually, it is seen that nowadays studies is showing that girls generally begin puberty between the age of 10 and 13 years, while boys starts a bit later. That is between 12 to 14 years of age. Getting it, guys? So, in whom it is starts earlier in girls, right? In girls, it starts between 10 to 13 years of age. Okay. While in boys, it starts between 12 to 14 years of age. So by this age, the reproductive organs are now mature and they start the production of the gamete cells, that is the sperm and the ovum. Is that much clear to everyone? Any questions from adolescence, puberty?
No, sir.
Yes. Okay, good. So I will ask some questions now before we discuss the difference between them. Okay, now there isn't much difference, but there's so much of similarity between them. Okay, now. So you can explain adolescence. What do we mean by adolescence?
Sir, the age between childhood and adulthood,
Mhm.
where there's emotional development,
Hmm.
uh, physical development,
Hmm.
mental development, is called adolescence.
Hmm. It's called adolescence. That leads to maturity. Right now, it's leading towards maturity. Okay, it usually starts at around the age of 10 to
Third,
11
yeah, 10 to 11.
and ends by the age of 18 to 19 years. Right now, okay. During adolescence, a person will experience rapid growth in their height, in their weight also. There'll be development of reproductive organs, and as you said, there'll be emotional and mental changes also. This period of adolescence is also called as teenage years, right? Adolescence is also called as teenage years.
Teenagers.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
is 10 to 11 also called, uh, are we like teenagers at that time as well? 10 to 11.
Yeah, like that can be called as teenage. Okay, now, but by teenage we basically mean the age of 13 actually. Okay, no? So 10 to 11 cannot be exactly called as, but loosely we can call that. Okay,
So
no?
it's preteen.
Preteen you can say, right? So like when we say the teenage, no, teenage in real sense it's between 13 to 18 actually. Okay, no, 13 to 18.
Sir,
So
not 19.
yeah, we can call it like it's term that is being used loosely here. See, 13 is ending with teen. So once again, 19. Yeah, we can say 19 also. 19 actually. 19 earlier, as I said, 19 here. 13 to 19, as I was saying a few minutes ago. So 19 is also ending with teen now. Both of them are ending with teen. So because of that, like this period is often called as teenage period. Getting it now? So adolescence, although it is often called as teenage period, but technically the term teenage refers from 13 to 19, since both the words ends with teen. But however, you know that adolescence becomes a bit earlier now, becomes around the age of 10 to 11. So it's loosely used. Understanding it, everyone now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Further about the puberty, what have we discussed? Tell me.
There's the period where it's the period where humans are capable of doing reproduction.
Exactly. Right. So it's basically the period when the reproductive organs start the release, it starts the production of gametes or the sex cells. And the boy is biologically ready to become a father, and the girl is ready to is capable to become a mother. Right now, although their bodies are capable, but mentally, socially, psychologically, we say that they are not in a state. Right now, that is why child marriage is prohibited. What are the reasons behind prohibition of child marriage? Think about it. The reason
So
behind
they're
is
still way
uh,
too young.
exactly they are still too young, and they are like they can it can child marriage can have some negative effect on the health also. Right now, getting it like the child's body is not fully developed for marriage or parenthood. Okay, na? And even like early pregnancy can be risky for both the mother and for the baby. Okay, oftentimes we see that child marriage often forces the children, especially girls, to drop out of school. Right now, that ends their education early. Getting it? And they are also emotionally not mature. Okay, in order to handle the responsibilities of marriage comes with responsibility, right? They are also not economically independent, they are still dependent upon their parents. Right now, it's also kind of, we can say, violation of the rights also. It takes away the right to childhood, right to education, and in some sense freedom of choice also. Getting it? Okay, so that is the case. But if you were to go many years ago, right now, so actually earlier, back in the day, child marriage was actually common. Okay, nowadays it has been prohibited, but earlier it was actually very common. Yeah. So adolescence is a broader development stage that encompasses physical, emotional, cognitive, and social changes from childhood to adulthood. Meaning that it's a broader term here. It talks about everything. Physical changes, okay. It talks about emotional changes, and it talks about cognitive and social changes also. Getting it? Cognitive and social changes also here. So cognitive basically here refers to cognitive basically here refers to what?
Mental change.
Mental changes, exactly. Right now it refers to mental maturity, right? So that starts from 10 to 19 years of which continues from 10 to 19. But when we talk about puberty, okay, so it's a specific biological process that involves physical changes that is leading towards sexual maturity. Okay, the dates here actually are not correct. One second. Okay, so in puberty, we particularly talk about reproductive maturity. Understood, everyone? In this, you only talk about reproductive maturity. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the various changes that occurs in the boys and girls. Okay, during the age of adolescence. So the first change that adolescence observes goes through, particularly the boys, is change in their voice. So why is it that their voice changes? Let us learn about it. Okay. So you all would be aware that in our neck we have what? We have pharynx, we have larynx, right now. We have pharynx as well as larynx. Okay. One of them is responsible for production of the sound and also called as voice box. So the one that you're seeing here now, this is called as larynx. We call this as larynx. We also know this by another term, that is sound box also, right? And sometimes we also call this as Adam's apple, although um although saying it so is not like historically correct. So the first change that adolescents often notice is change in their voice. During puberty, what happens? The voice box, that is the larynx, is it starts to grow. In boys, the larynx grows larger actually. Okay, na? In boys, this
Sir,
larynx. Mhm.
sir, does the voice randomly change overnight?
Overnight. Or does the voice change randomly overnight? You're saying in sense like permanently changes or temporary period of time?
So, permanent like Adam's apple and crows.
Okay. Okay, over the night you were saying.
Yeah.
Not really, like it's a process that continues for some time, but you may start experiencing slight changes. It does not happen suddenly overnight. It gradually over a period of time it will happen. Getting it? Like the voice sometimes cracks or breaks. It may sound deep one moment and high the next moment. So it's kind of a temporary phase and it will last for a few months. In some children, it may last for a few months, or in some, it may last for only few weeks. Getting it? So once the vocal cords is fully developed, so it will adjust, and then the voice will become permanent. It will become deeper and it will become steadier. While in the case of girls, this change is milder and it's more gradual. So it is not noticeable. Like the vocal cords, these are called as the vocal cords. The one that you are seeing vibrating. Actually, while as I'm speaking, so actually this tube-like structure that you're seeing here now, that is called as windpipe. Actually, what is it? That's the windpipe. Okay, it's made up of ring-like cartilages. As it opens behind that, you can see the ring-like cartilages. Are you guys able to observe that ring-like cartilage here?
Yes, sir.
Right. So as I'm speaking, so air is passing through it, and this air now it makes the vocal cords vibrate. So in the boys, these vocal cords are actually longer. Getting it? They are longer. While in the girls, the vocal cords are shorter. Getting it now? So the larynx is growing, Particularly, we should say the vocal cords grows larger in size, and that basically leads to change in the voice. Okay. Hope that much is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So during puberty, the voice box, also called as larynx, okay, it starts to grow. It starts to grow. By the way, if there's someone in the class who's really lean but have attained the age of puberty, is like 13, 14, or 15 years of age, so their Adam's apple will be more visible than a child who's rather fat or
Can you
obese.
repeat?
I'm saying that a child in your class, okay, who is rather lean, like who's not very fat, not obese. So their Adam's apple will be more visible than a child who's rather obese. Getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
You might have noticed that. So during puberty, the voice box, also called as larynx, starts to grow. Okay. In boys, what happens? The larynx grows larger and the voice box, sorry, I mean to say vocal cords, and the vocal cords actually becomes longer and thicker, longer and thicker, which makes their voice deeper and sometimes shaky also. Okay, it will kind of sometimes break. The pitch will go higher up sometimes like that, and becomes longer and thicker, and the voice becomes deeper. But in the case of girls, the reason why the Adam's apple of the girls are not visible, the voice box is not visible, because larynx there also it grows, but not that much. Only there's a slight growth. Getting it, Priyanka? While in girls, there is slight growth in voice box. Okay. Hence, it isn't visible on the neck. Okay. That's the thing here. Now let us learn that why is it called as Adam's apple also, right now? Like, is it just some like historically or in like, is it correct to say that, like, does it have any sense? Uh, so let us discuss about it. Okay. So I believe that many of you would be aware that the first prophet was Prophet Adam, right? In Islam, the first prophet was Prophet Adam, right? Also, it is said that he was the first man on earth, right now. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So Adam's apple, basically, here we are referring it to the this bulge in the throat, that prominent bulge in the throat, right now, which is noticeable obviously in the boys. Hmm. Talking about it, like, why is it being called so? So there is this story that Prophet Adam, okay, he was expelled from paradise, right? Prophet Adam, he was expelled from paradise. There's a biblical story of it. According to the Bible version, it is said that he ate a piece of forbidden fruit and that got stuck in Adam's throat. But it's just a traditional story. Okay, na? It's just a traditional story. I mean to say, like, if you were to go by the history, it is actually incorrect. The biblical version of the story is actually incorrect. Getting it? But it became later on famous. So hence that is called as Adam's apple. You guys getting the origin of it?
Yes, sir.
right? So this is basically a myth and not anatomically accurate. Okay, but it basically contributed to the name. Okay, so the term Adam's apple is believed to have originated from a biblical reference to the story of prophet Adam and Eve. According to folklore, like according to the storytellers, a piece of the forbidden fruit got stuck in Adam's throat that created a noticeable bulge, as we can see here. But it's actually a myth. So the biblical version of this story is actually false. Okay, so that was about the change in voice. Also, you guys also would have felt this, that many times like you would be sweating more. If you were to do physical activity, you will be sweating. Sometimes you might also have seen pimples on your skin sometimes if you don't take care of hygiene or don't drink plenty of water, right? Now, so what are the reasons behind this? Why during this age of adolescence only there is excessive secretion of sweat and oil? Getting it, everyone? So let us learn about this one also. So there are different kind of glands in our body. The function of the gland is to secrete what? Hormones. They secrete hormones, while they secrete some other secretions also, which are non-hormonal secretions. During adolescence, what happens?
Sir,
Many changes. Huh?
sir, how do you get rid of acne after I take every cream? It just doesn't work.
How do you get rid of acne?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Can you
yeah.
tell me as well?
Okay, I will give you some practical solutions for it. See, first of all, drink plenty of water. Okay, first thing is drink plenty of water, maintain proper hygiene, wash your face like twice a day, and do not touch your face with dirty hands. Okay, now do not keep touching your face. Okay, because your hands carries the germ and it can worsen the pimples if you already have a pimple. Okay, also the first thing is very important. You have to drink plenty of water, because what the water does now, water will help out flush the toxins from your body. It will help in flushing out the toxins from your body. That's the first thing. Another thing is that eat lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. Eat lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, and avoid eating processed food. Do not consume processed food. By processed food, I mean to say the packed food items. For example, Maggie. You know about Maggie, right? Although
Yes, sir.
like Maggie does not have that much of spices in it. Okay. Also, it's not good for your health, so you, anyways, you should be avoiding it. Okay. Other than that, like oily chips. Okay, now oily burgers. Avoid that. Then eating fruits, vegetables is important. Also, avoid washing your face with soaps. Okay, now particularly harsh soaps, the one that contains excessive amount of like chemicals. Okay, then also do not squeeze the pimple, because once you have squeezed the pimple, so it will leave a scar, and that scar may be permanent. If your pimple is too big in size, so it may lead to scars, or like popping up a pimple can also lead to spread of infections up. Okay, now suppose if you have tried every products, okay, now like I will recommend you to use some mild skincare products. Okay, now like there are some very famous mild skincare products that you can purchase from the market. Like there is this one which is very popular, Cetaphil.
Yes,
You
sir.
can
I have it.
purchase Minimalist also. Okay, now right. So derma care products of Minimalist is also very good actually. So I will suggest you to use Cetaphil. It's a gentle skin cleanser. It's actually good. Okay. Even I have also
Sir,
tried using it for a while. Yeah.
so like for me, after a pimple goes,
Mm.
then it will like just leave a mark.
It happens. So did you popped it?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Avoid touching your face. Like don't touch your face too much. Okay, now. And drink plenty of water. At least you should be drinking like 5 glasses of water every day. Okay. So you can go with either of these brands. Like here in India, these are available, but I don't know, like the place where you'll be available. There also minimalist should be available, I think.
Yes, sir, it's there.
It's there, no? So you can buy any of these products. They are good actually. Okay. Other than that, like there is this one also, like CeraVe is also there, but I personally haven't tried that. Okay. But keep in mind that if you were to drink plenty of water and you start eating fruits now, more amount of fruits, that is definitely going to have an effect on your skin. Okay, na? Okay, so that's it for today's class. Also, a proper sleep schedule is also important. Okay, na? So there isn't any like one step solution for it. Okay, you have to follow a combination of things in order to get rid of it. Okay, I remember like I also used to get lots of pimples. Okay, so then I started drinking plenty of water and fruits, etc.
Sir, what should you do if you have already popped a pimple?
If you've already popped it, if you have already popped it, like first of all, like wash your hand. Okay, like at the moment, if you have like suppose you're in the moment when you have popped it, so wash your hand, then clean your face with water, and then apply the use a gentle face wash. Okay, then you can use some cream also that is recommended by the dermatologist, that will help, that will stop the spread of infection. Okay, no, because the pimple contains, it's kind of loaded with bacterias. Pimple is loaded with bacterias. So once you have popped it, it can lead to a spread actually. Okay, now it contains a yellow or white fluid that is called as pus, right now.
Yes, sir.
Getting it? So they contain basically dead white blood cells in it, and they have small tissues of bacteria also. Small pieces of tissue and bacteria are also there in it. So make sure you wash your face after that. Okay, and use any cream that is recommended by a dermatologist. Okay, or suppose if you have tried everything and you're not getting rid of it, just consult a dermatologist. All right. Okay, so that
Sir,
will be